Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. So on the left side is the red Delhi Sultanate, we got Baltune. On the right side is the blue Japanese, we got Tractor AoE. Scout is here. Both players do have good berry collection. We got, of course, one right there. Small expansion here next to a delicious deer and boar deposit. Japanese players have a lot of food up there, and the other large berry deposits down south. He has a small gold behind here, behind this two tree line there, so some natural coverage. And along with deer deposit there, this gold is next to the trading post and some stone. So it seems a pretty decent spawn for the Japanese player, and it feels like he's actually pretty close to the central large gold there as well. For the Philly Sultanate player, he does have a berry deposit here. His large expansion berry deposits back here next to a bit of stone. Looks like some of the trees in spawn there. I guess the sheep are very hungry. They became beavers for a moment and it took a chunk out of those trees. Let's see now. We do also have a deer. His other deposits way up here up front, a little bit exposed. So not great there. Training posts in the corner for both sides and defensive positions. We do have now Dome of the Faith being pulled in the field. As a Kira Storehouse. Kira Storehouse gets free farms. Dome of the Faith does go ahead and give you discount bargain bin scholars. Howdy. We do have, of course, more wood being clicked on up. The Dome of the Faith is almost complete. That's a good number. Sheeple, that red can lead the glorious battle. Blue as well. And hopefully not to the slaughter. Right? We do have now the cure. Oh, cancels the wood upgrade. Going for... Actually, not going for any upgrade. We do have now barracks on the field. Looks like blue's going to eye for a bit of aggression. Got stable here, so let's go. Never mind. Once the combat starts picking up, I'll go ahead and slow down the game. Because right now it's just eco phase, but we do have some Ghazi Raiders. Yep, now's probably a good time to slow down. And we've got the Hardened Spearman upgrade, so looks like he's deciding to pull out Spearman to counter the Ghazi Raiders. Not some sort of samurai play. Do now have a stable being put on the field, eyeing for best stability in his life. Pressure Scout's now being started. Of course, he can get all the research, just give enough time. And now got two Ghazi Raiders on the field versus soon to be two Spearmen. We do have the level 2 wheelbarrow for the Japanese player. The Takezaiku. I can't pronounce anything. That looks like the Ghazi Raider there does get stabbed one time. Hardened Spearman looks like took a bop from the mace as well. You know, this Ghazi Raider pushed way forward. There's another Spearman there. Japanese players right now has 3 Spearmen. Looks like he's eyeing for a defensive number of Spearmen. Only has a stable in the field, not really calling anything out. I hate seeing that notification. Let's switch players to the Japanese players so don't see that notification anymore. Big line of walls going on up, just trying to procure the flank. The natural foliage is being very useful right now. Horsemen advancing, we'll find some exposed villagers there. No spear brace. Half that villager just a little bit. Local doggo getting some bites there. More spearmen over there, torching down the gate, and also breaks down the incomplete wall there. getting, what, 32 damage there? Looks like blue got a very good amount of destroyed values so far this game. I was not paying attention to that. What nerf did that? Scout may go down. Didn't think he lost that many Ghazi Raiders. 750, what did all that damage? Oh, and Sacred Sites both captured up. Giving about 250 gold income for the Deadly Sultan player. Very nice. And now all 3 Sacred Sites have been obtained. Blue's going to be decapturing this one now. No spear brace there. Geyser is now advancing. This Sacred Site could be decaptured by spearmen. Got a single archer here. Horseman will be taking him out pretty quickly. And so the archer will escape on out of there. Scout does get spotted. Up north we do have, looks like both the archer and the local doggo. Spearman does go down there. Got these units pretty forward. Horsemen here. More horsemen being pulled on the field. The spear will eventually go down. Scholar should not be really focused on. Just go for those archer there with the horsemen. Got good number of Ghazi Raiders here, hitting the spearmen. And overall, blue's getting some great destruction on the field. Red's not doing too much damage so far. Got a good number of spearmen here, and looks like some of these spearmen will be going down to these archers. Horsemen now engaging these spearmen. But they're not going to stay in the fight with nearby archers. This Sacred Site will be decaptured. This will be all 3 Sacred Sites decaptured. Now the Daimyo commander not being pulled field could deploy a mounted bannerman for some heavy infantry or heavy cavalry. Ghazi Raiders now advancing. A number of horsemen there. And the local doggo does go down. Archer gets impaled. Now the hardened spear research for the Deadly Sultanate player completed. Which probably just trying to get that research going because of course it's Deadly Sultanate. Even if he does age up, he basically has no access to timing attacks. If he does get a time attack, then he has been aged up for a very long time. That's one reason why you generally see Deadly Sultanate get out lancers, man-at-arms, and crossbowmen immediately because they have quality to them. We have a number of Ghazi Raiders over here. Horsemen and mounted bannerman now pushing the way forward. The mounted bannerman does not move as fast as the horsemen, but does provide them a lot of extra damage. A weird troll order there caused a bit of model bugging out there. How funny. Sacred Site does get decaptured. Northern Sacred Site is being interrupted. The horseman is making the holy man extra holy. We got now textiles researched by the Deadly Sultanate player. Textiles does research at a normal rate compared to other civilizations for balance reasons. Though they still get that for free. We do now have the Hardened Samurai upgrade. Or is it regular Samurai? And they go from Vanguard Samurai to regular Samurai. And we don't really see too often H2 Samurai deploy on the field. I generally call H2 Mana Arms some of the best units in the game. Japanese player is somewhat close to aging up, so is the Sultanate player. Horseman down, and now got the more horse forward, this time support of a bannerman. And there's going to be a large possible down villagers here. We have a spearman here, but maybe not enough. Good stutter step there. The bannerman may want to be out of the formation of these horsemen because it looks like slowing down the formation. Good amount of villagers did go down there. Now the horseman's going to fall back. Textiles was useful, but not useful enough. The outpost was not fully built, and most of these guys will escape on out of there. 4 villagers down, so he's headed by 5 villagers since Textiles does take a bit of time as well to research. We now have some mining upgrades for the Japanese player. Horsemen and Gazers now engage each other. Spearmen trying to close the distance. And with this nearby bannerman, it's generally going to be a one-side engagement in favor of the horsemen. So now these horsemen do offer, it looks like 11 damage up here, but it looks like it's rounding up on the top card to 12 damage, so it's somewhere above 11.5, I would hazard a guess. These guys have 12 damage, but of course, they slower attack speed. They do have 1 melee armor, and of course a little bit more health, so maybe they're relatively equal at the moment. Remember Samurai there. Samurai pretty much at the forced stop engage. Horsemen coming in for a nice little flank there. Samurai being a heavy infantry unit have a lot of durability to them. It looks like we got a large number of the blacksmith research bar and range damage, so they're pretty equal in that aspect. House of Learning now being researched by the Delhi Sultan player, which will give him access to 6 unique technologies, which 4 of them are pretty good. 2 of them are meh. Jack player has an army of 53 in the field versus an army of 70. Red has a higher value as well. Blue does have better destruction so far this game. It's largely has been somewhat evening out in the previous engagements. Red's now taking time to cook up the delicious venison since he has 3 professional scouts. Castle Ridge now being researched. Has been deployed in the field by the Delhi Sultan player. Will take a bit of time from the time attack. Probably should see. Yeah, he's going for some lancers. Probably a good idea to go for some mana arms while at it. There is a decent number of samurais that feels a crossbow wouldn't be half bad. Plus, I think right now crossbow's quality would be greater than veteran archer. Veteran archers have up to 6 damage. Crossbows comes out the gate with 11 base damage, so that their slow attack speed won't be too negligible. Loading gate now being employed by the Japanese player now. No mounted bannerman in this formation. Does have a mounted bannerman right there. Yes, separate the formation. There was a distractionary warlock. Obtained 1 samurai. Oh, looks like the samurai will be focused down there. Wait, how's deflection? Wait, do converted samurai not get deflection? Deflection should work on all melee attacks, right? Am I stupid? Is this something I'm not realizing how deflections doesn't work? Or was it already spent and it was a visual bug because of it being converted? Or maybe it just doesn't work if it gets converted. You have to be Japanese to use deflection. I have no idea. Spearmen now advance by 4. Got some lancers on mix on in, which Spearmen will do fine versus them. The number of archers deployed in the field. Trying to focus on these various archers. They are veteran archers right now versus veteran samurai. Odachi upgrade now complete. Now Blue's trying to fall back. Red has even up the short value quite a bit and has nearly double the army value in the field. We do have right now just Daimyo Manor, which does of course give him an extra arrow. And up here we do have now Spearmen and Samurai advancing with some horsemen going for the wood line. Now the samurai push straight forward. The first Yoshio is probably in a stable. It's in a blacksmith. Or forge, I should say. Villagers advancing forward to try to obtain this gold deposit. I am not sure where they're going. Lancer getting killed by the mounted samurai. Red has some forces here, but nothing to kill buildings. Red, what is... Oh, keep right there. That is interesting. Unusual spot to say the least. Red does have 73 military units in the field versus 25. Blue has pretty good quality to his army, but it's simply not enough quality. Does have a Mangonel in the field, second Mangonel on the way, as was Spring Gold already in the field, with second Spring Gold on the way. So it's not pulling out any real melee force other than a handful of spearmen. Here right now he has, with our cast vision, we see he has 7 spearmen and 2 man-at-arms. So definitely pull off the Spring Gold deployment. Mangonels I do quite agree with. And looks like he'll use this to obtain the venison. And heal the village fortress here, might as well. Huh. Do you still have acts as a ring town bell without village fortress? Interesting. Other civs don't get that, right? Oh, obtain the berries here as well, and of course does get the improved berry capacity. Magenta or Blue has a very good number of farms in the field. Oh, I do now have the Daimyo Palace, gives us another arrow, and of course 2 more Bannermans available. Lancers torching down this gate. Village trying to repair it on up. Mounted Samurai advancing, but they're going to be way outnumbered there. You have now Onamusha, which is the anti-heavy unit for the Japanese, a mounted archer. Has less base damage than archers, and less bonus damage as well. Good mobility. I think overall, I think people generally don't like them overall due to their lower combat DPS. They're also a little more expensive. Mobility is nice and all, but sometimes not everything. When you deploy a counter unit, you want to do that counter very well, and does it less well. You now have the Mount Halt's research almost complete, which allows his elephants to move almost at the speed of man-at-arms, ever so slightly slower. Trebuchet is now engaged in this keep. All 3 second sites are captured by red, which also gives him a decent amount of gold income. In fact, red can almost age on up. The Japanese player, not so much, has a good number of samurai. They have some arm. Oh, sorry, I hit my microphone pretty hard there. They have some armory quality, though. Blue's army is much smaller. It does have a good number of siege weapons, though. So Sultanate now being put on field, which will give him gunpowder tower elephants. And great. Got another spam bot, but of course with my sense and all that sort, it does go ahead and really butchers up the message, so it is illegible. Just give me a moment to ban this spam bot. And purge from existence. Even though bots have no existence. We do now have some walls going on up, at least. Nope, they don't get ghosted in time. Could also throw a single torch in this one while at it. He captures the sacred site there. Red's army is rotating around. We do have a good number of mounted samurai, 2 mounted bannermans, and a handful of Unumusha. 1 scout here, who's constantly asking for a dispenser. We do now have the Howdah's research. He has tower elephants, crossbows, non-gunpowder ones. Also gives him 4 range armor, making it effectively almost bulletproof. The Deadly Soul player has a massive core of archers in the field. One for elite archers now. The longer game goes on the current rate, the better the Deadly Soul player is. Japanese player needs to probably start eyeing to age up relatively soon. Maybe Castle Crow, though Tengashima Gunsmith are always pretty good as well. And he is fighting against Deadly Sultanate, so probably Tengashima Gunsmith is the way to go to help engage those elephants. Keep here, take some damage there. Village Fortress is complete. For now, Jet player does have 80 villagers versus Red just 70. And Blue's eyeing for a forward, not really forward, a somewhat forward town center. Gold deposit here has not been touched, nor has this one. And this one here as well. So Blue could start eyeing to play, fight for the gold. Rather for go for gold, rather for silver metal. Though you tend to find a large amount of silver intermixed with gold. You smelt them down into an alloy. Together, you get Electrum. We do now have a gunpowder elephant and another not gunpowder elephant. And looks like they finally fixed the bug here where gunpowder elephants were being ×3 up there. Very good. And we got a good number of tower elephants. Looks like the Deadly Soul player is designed for elephants. They're highly, overall seems like they're very population efficient. They're very, not only population efficient for their mounted DPS, they offer excellent anti-structure DPS as well. Overall, a gunpowder elephant's what, 3 population? Yep, that is very, very good. They're just incredibly costly, and they are probably not cost effective, just population effective. So a stampede of elephants is incredibly powerful. We do now the Castle of the Crow being pulled in field. Probably go for the trade right there. It's probably getting about, what, 2,000 resources per caravan? Incendiary arrows, as well as the Elite Ghazi Raider upgrade. Delhi Summon players almost at pop cap. So is Blue. Odamusha's only people in San Francisco heavy. Tower Elephants are neither classified, or they're not classified as heavy, nor, I think, light. Oh, got some Elite Lancers here. No, it's been a while since last seen Elite Lancers for the Delhi Sultanate. You do get them for free. Castle of the Crow provides excellent DPS, does get plus 110 damage versus cavalry. And we don't see any caravans just yet from the Castle of the Crow. Probably should get that going. There it is. And we'll provide 120. So it is 2,000 resources. I was just only off by 100 resources. So it's 2,100 resources. I said that's a very good guess from me. Now the fortress now going on up, the village fortress, who's trying to obtain the gold deposit as well. And we've got the trebuchets now rotating over there. Southwest entry units one at a time does get massive bonus damage. The rock is a very powerful weapon. Actually doing 190 damage. So will one-shot to almost every, pretty much all range units. I don't think there's any rangers who can withstand a shot from it that's not an elephant or siege unit. This gate will be breached. Chepler may want to eye up a bit of stone over here. Also got a bit of an opening there. Trebuchets engage, very nice. Red's now advancing its way forward. We got a good number of elite mounted samurai. Horsemen straight forward, spearmen as well. Formations coming in a little bit piecemeal, so is your Reds. Elephants need to get in range though. Bombars do bonus damage versus elephant. It's more of a soft counter rather than a hard counter, honestly. Raiders will break through these trebuchets, no problem. No biology research just yet, though the Castle of Crow will not one-shot them. We got Daimyo Palace here. I can go for a show in the castle, get even another rocket in place and defend this region. But at one time, it's maybe just better to go for another castle. Who's not straightforward? Right now, Red has an army of 110 on the field versus 64. Value is severely in favor of Red. And also managed to obtain every single relic. Blue does have, of course, your Shiros. Let's see, what's this upgrade again? Spear equipped with stronger spear, increasing their weapon range by 20% and bonus damage versus cavalry. Now this is going to be a very good upgrade to help deal with the elephants. I forgot about that research existing. It's basically only really meant for fighting against elephants. You can make them, you don't really need the extra damage versus various other heavy cavalry, but that just makes them really good versus elephants, as well as probably the gilded units as well. Maybe it's also probably a good upgrade when fighting against, say, Master Royal Knight and things of that sort. But against elephants, very good. Gold deposit being seized. Next trade caravan is in 60 seconds. Bombards engage this keep, taking severe damage there. Of course, Blue's region over here can go down. Castle Crow does have 5,500 health in total. Red keeps at just 5,000. And looks like the keep does go down long. Blue does seize this gold deposit. Here comes Blue. Got a cannon placed here in a fortified outpost. We do also have here a fortified outpost. No weapon upgrade just yet. Villagers, I'm not sure what they're doing. I think they're just being sacked. Spearmen a little bit, moving a little bit dumb as well. Got Spearmen now advanced. We got a line of stone walls along the flank. Very nice. Idle villagers here. There's a bit of stone they can collect on up. Castle Crow is on fire. It is a landmark, so it only takes wood for repairs. Got a new palace as well, so it's not going for any shogunate castles. It does cost a lot of stone. Villagers idle. Castle Crow, I think it's getting repaired up faster, but he is losing being drained quite a bit of wood. Elephants pushing along the flank. 5 gunpowder elephants, 5 crossbow elephants. Red does break off a siege. Castle Crow's receiving repairs. I wonder if that trade caravan made it. We do now have the silk bow string queued on up. I wonder if that affects the units in the back of the tower elephants. This is their originally were archers. Got a good number of spearmen. Definitely a very good number of spearmen. Got a very good number of supporting archers here though, so he does have a bit of a counter there. One of the elephants are getting report by all the siege weapons. Spearmen advancing forward. Archers start stepping away. Bombards going down. It's also a pretty good pick there by Blue. Man archers probably are a little bit more expendable now, though there's a couple men arms for them to pick off. And Blue's gonna fall back there. Red has a higher destroy value than Blue at the moment. And looks like some of the players are scoring for mass man arms to the front line. Help engage the spear, very nice. Blue does have, yeah, these are all just leftover Onimushas. Though, if they get the elite, that wouldn't be half bad at this moment. Problem is, they are worthless for tower elephants because they have 14 range armor. Some of these mangonels starting to go on down. Bombards causing a bit of issues. Bombards doing a good job of sniping some of these mangonels. Got some spring golds mixed on in. And Blues right now has a massive number of bombards. 6 bombards for him versus Deli's almost just 4 with a 5th one on the way. Probably a good idea to get some outlying mills to improve the drop-off locations. We do now have the Armored Beast research, increasing his elephant's health by 20% and range armor by 4. That's just only meant for the war elephants, the melee elephants. Pumbaa now being obtained. A little bit late for it, but it's still very delicious. Veteran Horseman now being restored to Japanese players. Let's going to try to get some more, get an alternate deck. Against the archers and versus the elephants, Horseman will do good damage there. Man arms pushing along the flank. Japanese player has some resources to work with. The Delhi Sultanate player has a massive stockpile of resources. Could actually start eyeing towards a wonder. The Sultanate player could just eye for some proxy production, and I just be aggressive. We have now another keep here. Got some idle villagers here. Seems like every time I look over, blue has some idle villagers. Not good. Man arms there. What the hell? Bombard's sort of bugging out. Yep, Bombard's occlusion's really bugging out right there. To clean up some of those other units there. Got the archers skirmishing around. The arming tactic is almost complete by the Delhi Sultanate player. As well as the final gold of technology, give him increased gold drop off. Farms going on up over here. Bombard's engaging the Castle Crow once again. Castle Crow taking severe damage there. Good hits there. Archers just push away forward. They will be pursued by these horsemen. They should not. The horsemen should not be being peeled off. We got a third town center back here, vying for more daimyo manors. He does have enough stone for it. We saw some more of these villagers there. That is a good number of bombards there, and also firing behind some stone walls. Assuming there's no collision issues. Looks like the bombards having some pathing issues. They should just be attacked, moved this way. I know they're just being moved ordered this way. Horsemen and not samurai engaged there. Keep goes on down. The Delhi Sultanate player has a pretty good queue of man-arms. God's Raiders may just want to queue up a whole mass of arms so we can start bringing wave after wave. Jeff Players has got some resources in reserve now. Elephants being micro while we got all the units just push way forward. Red's bombards getting hit by blue spawn's bards. Now got a pretty good wave of scholars hitting the beasts. It looks like Red's just smashed way through. The elephants are effectively being bulletproof right now. Red's ground arm is also pushing me forward through as well, because man arms are nice and upgraded. Shift the hone blades, giving them +3 damage. And blue just got straight crushed right there. Elephant takes some damage there. Bombard's taking out some of these stables. Castle Crow takes severe damage. Castle Crow has gone down. Won't be able to repair up the Castle Crow. Got a couple defensive bombard emplacements there. For now, red has a pretty good army advancing. Blue's having trouble remaxing. Not really remaxing. I wonder if they're chatting something like that. Blue's not doing all too much. He's going for a couple units, but not really spending his resource reserve, and he still has 50 spare population. Red smashes his way forward. Last 3 remaining landmarks are here, here, and here. That's what Red needs to accomplish for Annihilation victory. Blue's trying to muster up a force back here. Blue is just trying to mass up another force. Very low in gold, as well as wood. As the number of spring balls will help you up all these small arms. This is probably the best case situation for all these spring balls. Horsemen push along the flank. Man arms intercept the horsemen, very nice. Bombard is fixing down the elephants. Spring balls could try splashing down all the scholars. Outcast of Ashkari will hand cannoneers. And it looks like Blue's army got smashed through once again. Red's reinforcements are queuing up. 75 man arms queued. And Blue does back the game now. This is Angry saying thank you for watching, and on the next replay.